Too much play trouble. It's Calvarus, the hell cow.
Do you want to call him out of the way?
Yeah.
Ryan Wiseman. Ryan Wiseman.
Ryan Wiseman?
What?
Where? Hey,
He's this man's for you. How are we doing? We got a lot of people coming in still? Okay. Snuggle in, guys. We're all close here. See, if you get down fast, you get a chair.
Yeah, that's right.
Everybody got in? Got a lot of sleep last night? No. Wait till tomorrow. My biggest success will be if I still have a voice by the end of tomorrow. By the end of today. We'll see how it goes. Eerily quiet.
Mike?
Yeah, really.
Talk
Guys,
amongst yourselves.
what are you guys up front for? Is there still, how are we doing? Most people in? I'm just gonna wait because I told you, no, you got lots of time. It'll take forever for everybody down here. Apparently, I underestimated you, which will be the last time today I will do that.
Sorry?
I'll do the thing. So, who's from outside the GTA? Or like Southern Ontario? Like, you're a weird case. Who's from outside Ontario?
Wow.
That's pretty good. Who's from outside Canada? Oh, that's pretty good. What's that? Like, come on. So I should be like counting these people. There's more than that. No, there's like, there's a bunch over here. Who's from outside of North America? No, you're not. I don't mean mentally, Mike. I mean like.
Jay, in this solar system.
Right.
I like Mars. You have your own one.
So we're all in? Is everybody here? Everybody ready for PodCamp? Woo! How many people were here last year?
Woo! Yeah.
How many people this is your first PodCamp? Holy crow, really? Seriously? Wow. Okay, that's way more than I expected. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a success already because we've got all these new people. This is fantastic. So a couple things. I'm Jay Muna. I'm one of the many organizers, and I just want to say a few things. First of all, Chris Penn, who's one of the founders of PodCamp, there's a bunch of rules for PodCamp, and he wanted to add one, which is make sure you tell everybody where the washrooms are. Critically important. This room is the studio that Zero to Podcasting is going to be in. So if you're in this room, there are washrooms that y'all passed by just down the hall here. If you are upstairs in the sessions that are going to be up there, the washrooms are sort of that way in the building towards the middle, the sort of rotunda area. Just like saying rotunda. But just before that, you veer off to the right, and there's little washroom signs there. So that's not too hard to find. If you don't know, just ask someone, hey, where's the washroom? Someone will point you. Coffee and lunch. If you don't know, we do have lunch served later today, courtesy of our sponsors, which we'll talk to in a minute. Is up in, so the registration area where we were, it's the other way in the building. There's a little lounge at the end of the building, on the east side of the building. So there's coffee up there still, and so if anyone didn't grab a coffee, you can find Canadian Tim Hortons coffee there. And is there anything else? This room is, again, for Zero Podcasting, and then the rest of the sessions are going to be on one room in the second floor and 3 rooms on the 3rd floor. Relatively easy to find. Everybody was up there in the area around where it was. Wireless. Oh, I don't have the. Oh, there it is. So that's the information you need for your wireless. So it's the same key for both rooms. This room is ET, and then for everything else, it's RCC is the network that you're looking for. There are lots of other crazy networks in there. You could try them, I guess, but that's the one you should use, and that's the key. And if you don't know how to put in that key or something like that, you don't grab someone randomly. They'll probably know how to do it. You know, hey. hey, can you show me how to do this? I'm betting, if you grab someone, the first or second person you ask will be able to help you out. I want to say a couple quick things about PodCamp as a thing. Everybody here, if you are an expert in something, not podcasting necessarily, but something, please put your hand up. Okay, anyone who hasn't got their hand in the air is a liar. Everybody's an expert in something. It's one of the major tenets of PodCamp. Even if you're not doing a session, there's an opportunity for you to share something with somebody here, even if it's just to bounce ideas around, even if it's just to be a sounding board for people. One of the greatest things about this event is that there's great stuff that happens in sessions. There's even greater stuff that happens in the halls, in the bars, in the coffee shops afterwards. If there's a time period where there's not a session that you want to go to, there's, not only is there no harm in taking off and grabbing a coffee with somebody, it's encouraged, okay? So, there's lots of spaces also in the schedule where we don't have anything scheduled. If you want to grab a few people in a room and just chat about whatever, that's great. I mean, that is all really part and parcel of this event. So, everybody here is an expert. That's there's sort of a yin-yang in the PodCamp philosophy in my mind. Everybody's an expert. Everybody is also, I'm going to single somebody out, not for the reason you might think. Chris Brogan is right there. Chris, as you know, some of you know, most of you know, is one of the two guys that came up with this whole PodCamp idea. So for that, we are eternally grateful. Chris, how many PodCamps have you been to?
Sorry.
How many PodCamps have you been to?
No, I'm sorry that I've been.
Yeah.
About 9.
About 9? Now, did anybody see what Chris put on the sessions list? This is why I'm really singling Chris out. Did anyone see what Chris put at the bottom on the wiki, on the sessions list? Okay, I don't know it verbatim, but it was something to the effect of, Chris wants someone to help him learn about, was it Silverlight, CSS?
Oh, Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
Okay.
And I think the end of it was, not basic sessions, but you can't laugh at me when I ask dumb questions. Okay? Now the point I'm making is this. Chris has been to 9 of these things. Chris lives and breathes this stuff. There's stuff Chris Brogan doesn't know. There's stuff everybody here doesn't know. And there's stuff everybody here can learn from everybody else, right? So, the yin-yang is everybody's an expert, everybody has something to learn. Okay? That's really what it's all about. So, listen and share. That's really what it's all about. There's a thing in the PodCamp philosophy and rules called the law of 2 feet. If you are in a room and you are not getting anything out of it at that moment, leave. It's not rude. It's totally cool.
Make a scene.
Knock your chair over. Go, this is a bunch of bull crap. Storm out. That's the law of, no. Just leave quietly. Obviously, try not to disrupt anyone. But and anyone who's new to doing sessions here, don't get offended when people leave. It's not because you smell bad or your voice. Well, I don't know. But it's because that particular person isn't getting out of the session what they want to get out of it. There's no shame in that. So that's the law of 2 feet. That's the sort of fundamental tenet of all of PodCamp. So exercise your right to be where you want to be at any given moment. And again, if there's not a session you want to be in, go find some people and chat. Or just relax and try and take in what you had from the last session. That'll happen too. I want to bring up, Eden, you want to go and talk to the sponsors? Eden's going next.
And I just wanted to say that we wouldn't all be here today at this unconference, actually for 2 days, if it weren't for the help of all of our phenomenal sponsors. None of us, other than perhaps transportation and some of us accommodation, are paying to be here, and you're going to be fed. Today by 2 cows. You may see squishy cows around as well. And fresh coffee and fresh books. Tomorrow by Ubu. And if you don't know what Ubu is now, you will by the end of the day tomorrow. And Harlequin. And all of our other fabulous sponsors. And they've given so much, not just in terms of money, but in terms of other support for the event as well. Commotion, for instance, has brought for each one of you a scholarship for their social media training session too. So I'm just going to say, a lot of the people who are sponsoring the conference this week, or unconference this weekend, are also presenting. Go up, say hello, and thank them. You'll be glad you did. And not to be forgotten are all of you bloggers and podcasters and everybody else who helped spread the word. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend.
Where's Dave Fleet? Were you going to talk to the Keith there? Is that, you going to do that?
Sure.
All right.
Is he going to come up?
Dave Fleet is our PR wizard. the wizard of PR.
So, where's Keith? So, some of you might have known the story. For the last little while, Keith kind of lived his own little social media miracle online. And he's kind of, he's fairly new to the scene. He's got his blog started for a woodworking business that he's setting up, he's doing. And last night, Keith proposed to his girlfriend, Michelle, his now fiancée, who's right at the back here and is very new to this scene. We started our own conference with our own little social media miracle. So congratulations, you guys. It's a fantastic story. He's really used social media to help him get where he is with this. So,
Well, did she say yes?
well, there's still some corners.
She's wearing the ring, so.
So congratulations, guys.
I want to say one other thing, mostly for my part, and I actually want to single out one other person, which is this lady over here. She came in this morning, I'm like, I know who that is, and I looked immediately at her name tag, and then I realized it was my sister. So if I or anybody else forget your name or want to look at your name tag, everybody make sure you're wearing these, because if there's so much going on, and I know for my part, it's like I look at people, it's like, wait a second, I know you, and then it's my sister. So that's the other thing is if there's don't be offended don't be offended if people come to you and go, wait, I know you, I know you. It's a big thing in this space that, we see each other's pictures and hear each other's voices a lot. And actually, one of the biggest things at PodCamp I find is like, I'll be standing somewhere and I'll go, I know that voice. And then you turn and you look at the person, it's like, wow, I didn't think they look like that. But you know what? That's the other piece, right? Go up to people, talk to them, ask them what they do, ask them where they're from, and don't be offended if you don't know them, they don't know you, and you should, and you met them last year, and all that sort of stuff, because... Yeah, anyway, that was the only other thing. Does anyone have any announcements or anything to say at this point? Michael.
I'm awesome.
Does anyone have any new news? Any new business?
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Okay, I think we're ready to go. So, again, if you're here, actually, I didn't ask this. How many people are here for some or all of Zero to Podcasting?
Maybe.
Okay, it's going to be a good time in here. So basically we're going to reconfigure this room. Mark and Bob and that gang will help you figure out where they want stuff and what should go where. And everything else is happening upstairs. And there are some printed paper copies of the schedule. I don't know if you guys grabbed them or if they're still up there. And otherwise, if you have your own copy or if you got wireless and you can read it off the wiki. I think I printed about 120 or 130 of these, whatever paper I had left. So there's a few of these you can share if you can. And I guess that's it. Have a great PodCamp, everybody.
She did it last year as well. She has an idea of the other guys.
How do you want to get more?
They have no, there's a guy who's supposed to be here. I guess a volunteer.
I said I'm right after.